polished up. So you don't need to go getting out the rollers and everything. You just need to get the right hammer, and then we individually isolate all the little dingers. This thing's just covered with them. So I'll go through and I'll hammer them out. Unlike some of the Germanic stuff, they're kind of thick guards. So if I go through and I push all these dents out, you know, hammer them up and smooth them out, then I can just belt sand this and get it looking pretty good.
But first you take the dents out.
Yeah, you got to take the dents out.
You don't take the dents out just by sanding.
No.
Exactly.
No, I mean, the sanding is just for smoothing. See, that's the thing. That's where people get lost. It's just for smoothing and getting a uniform finish afterwards. I mean, you could spend a month of blue moons trying to hammer this smooth. It's never going to happen. But, you know, you go through carefully, addressing all the little nicks and dings. And on some of them, yeah, I'll get the guard rolling tool out and we'll roll them out. But then before you go grabbing that tool, you need to know how to modify a guard. If it stretches, you know, too much one way or the other, you put it on and you pull it down and it's got big gaps here. Or you push it down and then it's got, you know, the ends are poking out and it's not laying flush. You got to know where to stretch it. You can't really shrink it. I mean, I guess you could. I can't.
I can easily.
Yeah. I can't shrink it. So if I have too much surface area, so all I can do is stretch it a little bit more strategically in the right areas, and you can bring things back in. Mm-hmm. Your guard will be a little bit bigger, but it'll still do the job. No, you have to, with something like this where it's actually in pretty good shape, it's just got lots of nicks and dings, you just start on one end and address them, you know, hammer them up, have the right kind of ball on it, don't over hammer, you know, just raise the dents, don't crush them. And then once we get to where we've got everything raised and uniform, then we can take it into the buffing room and we can take a nice coarse belt sanding wheel, or not but a sanding belt over this to smooth it, and then, you know, start with like a 220 belt and then take it down to a 400 belt. And you know, and if you have anything that's showing, then work those areas a little bit more until that can sand smooth, and then polish it all out and remount it, and then you might have to sand it one more time once it's mounted, and then polish it out while it's on it, and it'll be really nice.
Yeah, something here.
So scrape the inside so it'll solder better. But one last thing I got to do is
So make sure that it's all installed real nicely all the way through, and that you won't have any gaps for paint salt taking away. So make sure everything fits nice and snug.
okay. So yeah, we got the guard on. Don't need, you know, 40 pounds of wire on there. Just make sure that the guard fits right. And if it fits right, it should go on with just a few wires. When you see something and it's, you know, somebody's got 40 freaking wires on there, that's getting a little overkill, and that tells me that the fit of your guard is not right.
Can you move with the other side? Thank you.
It's just a little ties, you know. No huge gaps or anything like that. And these are soldered around the periphery. You put a lot of solder in there. There's always going to be a degree of a void in there, but there shouldn't be one so much that the radius is pooching out relative to the bow. It should lay nice and flat on there. This one maybe has a 32nd of a gap in the middle, and that's about all. And that's okay. That's not going to hurt anything.
And that is how you make an overhaul.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's an overhaul, yeah. That's what this is. Overhaul, rebuild, restoration. Okay, with the ferrule. I'll get that soldered on, but our bow cap is clean. This one doesn't have a wire over the bottom bow cap, but it does have one. It has a wire on the topper, the upper bow. This guy right here. So yeah, so we get the ferrule and a few other things cleaned up, and this one's kind of cool because the ferrule on here, it has a step in it, so you can get that in there and lined up correctly. But yeah, pretty.
Yeah, I just hear some people saying how nice of a guy you are.